I don't really do these videos that much anymore because I feel like I've covered most of what annoyed me back when I was in school in this series, and also, I kinda haven't been in school since 2019. But since we are at the end of August, the first day of school is creeping up for every student here in NYC. And in the case of students in a lot of other areas in this country, the school year already began. My condolences. For me, every year when August began, I would mentally groan because I knew in just a little over a month's time, another school year would begin. Now, yes, there was that part of me that didn't want my summer to end, but at the same time, there was another part of me that was kind of looking forward to the school year because I usually did fucking nothing with my summers, so getting back into a routine was a little exciting to me. But part of that routine included waking up very early in the morning, which I'm sure all of you know by this point is one of the things I hate doing the most. You want to know what my bedtime is? It's usually somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning, so when much of the productive world is just getting up. I had jury duty a few weeks ago, and waking up at 7 in the morning for that harkened me back to how much I fucking hated waking up in the morning every single weekday. It didn't help seeing those nauseating back to school commercials during my summer break. Yuck. All those children smiling because they're so happy and excited about their first day of school. I understand, of course, they're child actors. They're literally paid to, well, act like that in front of the camera. But I always felt those commercials were smearing shit in my face because I wasn't that excited about going back to school. Anyway, I made a whole rant about back to school commercials a few years ago, so you could check that out if you haven't seen it already. What I want to mostly focus on is the first day of my senior year of high school, the last time I had to endure the first day of school, back in September of 2018. Since it's senior year of high school, you're almost done with mandatory education, you would think that starting said year would be exciting, right? No. My senior year of high school wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. I befriended someone who was a year older than me back in sophomore year. He was one of my bestest friends in high school, and during my junior year of high school, he was a senior, so he graduated that year. And he also introduced me to a lot of other people who were his age, so they were a year older than me too, so they graduated as well. So there went like 80% of my friend pool in high school by senior year. And yes, of course, I did befriend some people who were my age, but some of those people who were in the same year as me, by senior year they transferred schools, so there went those friends too. So I didn't really have that many people to talk to in senior year. So during the first day of that year, I mostly kept to myself. I talked to some people, but all in all, I was like, yep, this is gonna be a boring fucking year of school. What a hollow end to high school. The first class I had for the day was PE. Now, I didn't really mind PE that much in high school. I played badminton a lot during PE, and that's probably the only sport I have ever enjoyed playing. But when you're doing that at like 8 in the morning, when you're still fucking waking up, yeah, not my thing. And that's how the day started. The gym teacher let us play whatever we wanted for a few minutes before we had to sit down and, go through the usual motions of the first day of class, write our names on cards, write down phone numbers in case of an emergency, the usual shit. I was like half dead, and things didn't get any better as the year went on. There was another class, my economics class, I believe it was. I've talked about this class a lot, more so the teacher I had for this class on this channel. He was a hard ass, I never liked him. And on the first day, we all had to go up in front of the class and introduce ourselves like we didn't already fucking know each other. The school I went to wasn't that big of a school, and most of us already knew each other from freshman year, so again, I don't know what the fuck was the point of going up in front of the class and introducing ourselves to people we already fucking know. Yeah, sure, there were some transfers, some new students that were there who weren't in the school in the years previous. But I'd rather get to know those people organically instead of going up in front of the entire fucking class, again comprised mostly of people I already fucking know, and introducing myself. I just went up and I was like, hi, I'm Michael so-and-so, I like music, I like video games, even though I didn't really game that much back then, but I just said whatever the fuck to get this shit over with. The rest of the day, though, went pretty smoothly, even though I was tired the entire fucking day because I was so used to going to sleep at like 6 in the morning for the past 2 or so months, and then waking up at like 2 in the afternoon. So adjusting back to a normal sleep schedule was fucking hell for the first, I'd say, 2 or so weeks of the school year. But all in all, I didn't like a lot of the students I was with that year. I didn't like some of the teachers I had that year. So seeing all of those people again, knowing I had to endure those people again for another entire school year, wasn't very enticing to me. The entire first day of school, I was like, oh god, I gotta do this shit all over again. At least this is the last school year. I never have to see any of these people again after this year. The end could not come soon enough, but it did come eventually. My graduation was 4 years ago in June of 2019. At least I got to graduate a year before the world went to shit. I can't imagine doing shit like virtual graduation or whatever the fuck. I mean, as you probably know, I'm not the biggest fan of graduation ceremonies, but still, I'm happy that I got to graduate before COVID and all that. But yeah, anyway, the first day of school is always fucking miserable, at least for me, and if you're still in school, I don't know, endure and survive, in the words of Ellie from The Last of Us. Unless you like school, which, cool, I guess, you're definitely having a much more positive experience than I did back when I was in school, but anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.